Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the next video, if you like the information and content, if this is your first time here, click that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon, that way you're notified when I post new videos, or you can click on that picture of me and my beautiful wife down there in the corner, and that'll get you subscribed too. With that being said, let's get down to it. Lyft drivers, this is directed towards you because I couldn't get a hold of Uber, although in my last video, couple videos back, Uber's pretty much on the same page, but I have documentation from Lyft, so I'm going to give this out to Lyft drivers. Non-essential travel, non-essential rides, don't take them. I understand that rideshare is down to basically nothing, and my market is down 91%, and I don't see any change real quick. I know that in a few videos past, when I was first starting to comment on COVID-19, I was following what was going on, and I said, we're not going to be out of this by the end of April, or March for that matter, and now we're talking mid-May, and I still believe that it's going to go until at least June before they start opening things back up, and that's a whole other can of worms. As rideshare drivers, we play an important role, and we have a very awesome tool to help stop or slow the spread of the coronavirus, and that's our car. And that's by saying, I'm not taking you to your friend's house. I'm not taking a non-essential ride. Not to mention the fact that I did a video on Uber about 6 or 7 weeks ago where I said Uber drivers run the risk of $1,000 fines and 6 months in jail. And I got ripped apart on that video. And as of today, April 16th, guess what? If you get pulled over for providing a non-essential ride, which is going from somebody's house to their friend's house, you can get a citation for $1,000 for violating the stay-at-home order. And your passenger can get a citation for violating the stay-at-home order. Excuse me. Remember, I quit smoking, so I'm good. Just clearing out the lungs. And it's no joke. If you get pulled over for anything, maybe you were speeding, maybe you forgot to use your turn signal, maybe you didn't have a front license plate, your windows were too down, whatever the reason may be. If you get pulled over and you are asked by law enforcement, what are you doing? Obviously, you're going to say, I'm a rideshare driver, I'm taking them to their friend's house. Well, don't lie and say, I'm taking them to a hospital, because they may just follow you. If you are pulled over and you are providing a non-essential ride and providing non-essential travel, you are enabling these people to violate that stay-at-home order. You will be cited $1,000, and so your passenger. And with the way things are now, that's the last thing you want to deal with. So this is what I received from Lyft. It says, "Hi John, this is the email confirmation related to the phone interaction we had with you previously, which was about 20 minutes ago. It's 5:40 a.m. in California. It's been a long night. You can cancel a ride which is not considered as an essential ride, making sure it will not affect you as a driver driving in a rideshare company like Lyft, as you are a part of the essential part of this hard time fighting against COVID-19. So here's my wonderful editing skills. See if you guys can hopefully read that. There's the ticket number. You guys can also feel free to reference that ticket number. There's what I just read. And this is page 2, which is obviously a lot bigger. And you can see that it was from Lyft. So, be a part of the solution. Don't be a part of the problem. Trick of the trade. When you pull up to somebody's house, you ask them, where they're going. Make sure your doors are locked, crack your window, and again, ask them where they're going. If they say, oh, I'm going to a friend's house, I'm going to go hang out with my buddies, I'm going to go over to my girlfriend's house, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, whatever. If it's non-essential travel, tell them, I'm sorry, I can't take that ride, I'm going to have to cancel. Of course, they're going to say, cancel the ride and blah, 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 and they're going to bitch and scream and whatever. Doesn't matter. Do what Dustin is driving is said for a long time. Wait 5, cancel, collect, and drive. Here's the twist. When you cancel that ride, turn your app off and call Lyft driver support and let them know why you canceled it. Once you've told them, hey, my last passenger or my last ride request was going from their home to a friend's house or what have you, document it. Lyft will contact that passenger and let them know that non-essential rides will be refused by drivers. Now, not every driver is going to do that, and the drivers that are not doing that, well, if you guys want to end up 6 feet under, because we are nowhere near the end of this thing yet. We were supposed to peak here in LA last week, and now it's been extended to next week. So I want to see my grandson Benjamin grow up, and I want to hopefully see a couple more. I don't want to end up 6 feet under, driving people around who just don't give a shit and want to break the law. Not to mention the fact that I risk $1,000 fine and they risk $1,000 fine because I'm providing that person non-essential travel or a non-essential ride, and they're violating the stay-at-home order as well by taking the non-essential ride. So not only are you putting yourself at risk for a citation, but you're putting your passenger or passengers at risk for the same thing. And with the way things are now, a $1,000 ticket, that's going to hurt. So, is it worth it? No, not at all. Do what I did. My moderator, Rideshare Lisa, turned me on to DoorDash, and I'm doing pretty well with that. I actually am about even on a regular night doing DoorDash as I would on a slow night working for Lyft or Uber. And I'm minimizing my exposure to people. So that's definitely a positive. Plus, I'm staying local. I'm not putting as many miles on my vehicle. I'm not using as much gas. And it's pretty cool. So, Rideshare Lisa again, thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone, trying something new. And it gave me some information to do a video on. So, as a rideshare driver, you can be a positive influence and let people know, look, you know what you're doing is wrong, and I'm not taking that ride. All you have to do is notify Lyft and let them know you canceled the ride and what it was for, because it was non-essential. You will collect your $5. The passenger will get charged $5. Lyft will contact the passenger and let them know that non-essential rides are not allowed right now. So I don't want the video to go on too long. I just thought that was a really good thing that Lyft was doing to try to help drivers, because obviously if you contract coronavirus or COVID-19, good luck getting any money out of them. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And you will be temporarily deactivated and most likely permanently deactivated. Good luck getting back on the platform after, claiming that you've tested positive for COVID-19. So again, drivers, and passengers too, if it's non-essential, as a driver, don't take the ride, and as a passenger, don't request the ride. Our lives matter too, and I have a very small channel, and I thank my dedicated viewers for sticking with me through all the stuff that I put out there the last couple of months. I know that we're in trying times. I know that we're all going a little stir crazy. If you want to do something, there's a lot of stuff you can do around the house. In LA County, you can still take a walk outside. Now we're required to wear some type of face covering, but just stay close to home. Walk back and forth in front of your house a few times. Something to get a little exercise, whatever. But again, the bottom line is drivers need to stop taking the non-essential rides and letting passengers know that, you know what, I'm not going to be an enabler for you to break the law, and I'm not going to risk getting a fine because I'm enabling you to break the law. And in doing so, you may not get a fine either. Just stop taking the non-essential rides. I can't stress that enough. I wish the other bigger YouTubers would start stressing this a little more. We've got another month until in LA, at least in LA County, that we're going to be on lockdown, and food delivery is going through the roof, and the bonuses or the surge pay or whatever you want to call it is paying pretty well. I did just a little over $600 last week, and I only worked 5 days. So what does that tell you? Don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution and stop taking non-essential rides. Not only to avoid getting a fine or your passenger getting a fine, but to protect yourself. It's really not worth the money to put these people in your car and risk what you're risking. So, with that being said, be safe, be professional, keep it real. And if you must drive on, just drive the essential rides only. Be safe. I wish you the best of health.